Hey Internet, I'm Caleb Perrone with the Bit Trip, and I hope you like adventure games as much as I do because this week's game spotlight is focused on Starbound, a Metroidvania craftathon sandbox title developed and published by UK-based company Chucklefish Games. Starbound is currently in early beta and is still quite rough around the edges, so if you'd rather play a more polished build, you may wish to wait a while before picking this one up. Starbound's core mechanics rely much on the player's desire for exploration, specifically the exploration of alien worlds. Players start out by choosing one of 6 different races, customizing that character, selecting a difficulty, and are then dumped into their spaceships and given free reign to explore the stars. While most players may be eager to jump right in, you're going to want to take your time and choose your character's race carefully because each one has a different racial bonus. Currently there are 6 races to choose from, and a 7th one is coming out at launch. Humans can carry more items, avians glide, apexes jump higher and run faster, Florins convert sunlight into extra energy, Hylottles can breathe underwater and swim faster, and glitches mine faster. Once players have their ship, the first thing they're going to want to do is make their way down to the planet's surface and begin gathering resources. There are a large variety of planetary environments to explore, each with their own benefits. For instance, you're more likely to find ores on a moon, and a forest planet makes for a great place to get wood quickly. Beware though, for these planets are harsh and cruel places. Almost every single mob that you come against longs for a taste of your flesh and will most likely attack on sight. This isn't always the case though, and occasionally you may come across some friendly folk who actually wish to trade with you or even give you a quest to complete. Exploration is key for survival, and if lucky, you may even get paid off with that sweet sword or helmet that you've been looking for. Starbound's aesthetic look is retroactive to say the least. Players familiar with Terraria's art style will very quickly notice a 16-bit similarity lending to the overall feel of the adventuristic 2D games from the late 80s and early 90s. While the game looks like it's set in a 2D space, the environment actually nods to a sense of 3D depth by allowing players to mold the background as well as the foreground. This opens up a whole new can of worms when it comes to designing and building structures. There are hundreds if not thousands of craftable items when it comes to building blocks, so basically you can create anything that you can imagine. Anything from ye old castles to sci-fi-esque futuristic bunker bases, the choice really is yours. Speaking of crafting, Starbound offers a slew of craftable items with a few unique twists. As expected, you start off on the bottom tier and slowly work your way up through collecting better materials and fighting bosses. But the real kicker is actually a simple yet unique idea. On every spaceship is a 3D printer with the ability to print items using pixels which can be obtained through killing enemies, trading, or just generally exploring the environment. If a player has found a unique item that they wish to duplicate, all they have to do is stick it in the printer, scan it, and make sure that they have enough pixels for a copy. After a player has deemed themselves worthy and fit to explore the stars, they can jump back into their spaceship and set off on an epic adventure. Every single planet in Starbound is procedurally generated, so you never see the same one twice, unless you mark down the coordinates. Much like the seeds in Minecraft, every planet has its own intergalactic location. Punch in the right numbers and boom, you're off to see the wizard. If you find a planet that you just have to show off, share the coordinates with a friend and they'll get to explore the same location, but in their own world. Finally, we talk about Starbound's multiplayer. Even though the game is still in an early beta state, Chucklefish has stated that they are designing the game from the ground up with multiplayer in mind. So you'll be able to explore the stars with your ragtag group of space rookies. Well, that's it for this week's Game Spotlight. If you're interested in checking out Starbound for yourself, head over to the game's official website for more information. Or if you're lazy like me, just click on the link in the description below. Until next time, tech up and game on.